Alright guys, gals, and everything in between, so I just completed an amazingly epic experience known as Doom Eternal. So Doom Eternal is the action, balls-to-the-wall violence game by id Software. It is the sequel to the 2016 Doom reboot, and we follow the Doom Slayer. Earth's being taken over by hell, and well, the Doom Slayer really fucking hates demons, and he's gonna kill them. That is more or less the baseline story. Doom Eternal, as you guys know, I don't review video games very often. But when I do, I usually find them to be something worth talking about. And Doom Eternal is proof positive of that. With video games, a lot of them, I find it very hard for me to be hooked the whole time with the game content. But Doom Eternal delivers with one of the most rewarding experiences that frankly reminded me of old school gaming. So what I mean by that is nowadays everything's about DLC, the paywall, oh yeah, this content is here, but it's locked away until we decide you can pay for it, and then you just have that content. But this one doesn't. It goes back to the old school roots. You have to find things. You can unlock collectibles. You can unlock cheat codes. Cheat codes! That's a term I haven't used in a fucking long time. It just adds all these incentives, and then there's a gun in the game that you can unlock, and you have to complete these things called Slayer Gates. Slayer Gates are outside of the main campaign, but they're hidden throughout the levels. And it was one of those things that it would challenge you in so many mind-numbing ways with balls-to-the-wall violence. And it was just blah, 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 blah. It was really cool. It was so fucking cool. And every time you'd complete one of these Slayer Gates, you felt like the ultimate badass. And working towards unlocking this gun. It was things like that that gave me this amazing appreciation and all of the Easter eggs. Now, how is the gameplay itself? The gameplay itself is rock solid from beginning to end. In the beginning of the game, it's challenging, there's all sorts of stuff going on, and then by the end, you just feel like fucking God mode is on and you're just the coolest motherfucker ever! After all of these video sketches that I've done here, it's one of those things, imagine in like 20 years I run for president and they're just gonna find this video while trying to dig up dirt on me in my presidential campaign and inevitably have to bring it up because, oh fuck, I went all out this time. I'll take some questions about my presidential campaign. Yes, you there. Hi, yeah, my question, this is Sir Bitches-A-Lot with CNN. So my question for you is, you know, there's a video that has gone around of, you know, you're doing some really offensive stuff, and, I was wondering, do you think that's the kind of moral example we need in a presidential campaign? Yes, I can answer your question. My fellow Americans, you know, that video that you've probably seen could probably be deemed irresponsible. But you know what my answer is, and I'll get to directly answering your question as concise as possible. Irresponsible? Maybe. In all reality, last I checked, I live in America and I don't have to give a fuck. Yeah, I said it. You're welcome, America. You're so welcome. And it would happen exactly like that, and it would be awesome. You will be fighting so many demons every level, and when you think it can't get more ridiculous, the body counts get more ridiculous and get higher and higher and higher until you are killing more demons than the Chris Chaotix word fumble count on one of his Twitch streams. Hey buddy, I went there. And so it's so visceral and so cool, and it keeps moving. I didn't think you could get more action-packed than Doom 2016, but it took it to the next level. Now, that being said, there are definitely flaws in this game. Don't get me wrong. There were some times that I wanted to throw my controller through a window and presumably, hopefully hit whoever the asshole developer was that said, first-person shooter platforming really is a good idea. No. fuck that. Fuck that to hell. The platforming segments, if they were less often, it wouldn't have annoyed me as much, and I wouldn't have really done a whole segment of it on my review. But the platforming segments happen frequently, and I'm like, nah, especially because it doesn't always register when you're about to make contact and you just smack into it and ragdoll into the infinite abyss of death. And it just slows the pacing of the game down, and it was a problem for me. I played it on the Xbox One, I played it on the Xbox One X in 4K, which was beautiful. If you have the option to play this game in 4K, do it, because the detail is jaw-droppingly beautiful, like when Margot Robbie wears a New York Rangers hockey jersey. That being said, with the platforming segments irritating the unholy fuck out of me, it wasn't that much of an annoyance because I didn't just stop playing the game. At best, I tossed my controller onto my mattress, stormed out of here all angrily, grabbed myself a beer, chugged that beer, grew some chest hair, and then came back in here and finished it like a man. The game also has a solid multiplayer, and it's not standard team deathmatch that is in every first-person shooter, which is a breath of fresh air. You get to play as either the demons or the Doom Slayer, and you gotta either slay the demons, they get to pick the demons of their choice, and try and stop the Doom Slayer. And it makes it a different kind of multiplayer, and it's very satisfying when you're sitting there gunning up against not just a computer AI, you're just gunning up against real people. They're using strategies as well that a computer wouldn't use, and so it adds a whole nother level of verticality to this game, and it just makes you want to come back and come back. Usually when I beat a game, I don't necessarily feel the need to go through and try and 100% the game, get all the achievements, do all of that stuff, but this one, it stayed in my brain, and it's one of those ones that I've just wanted to come back and come back and come back. Like, that is so rare in a game these days, and it just makes me fall in love with the game even more. Doom Eternal is a dang near flawless game. Minus those platforming segments, it is absolutely fantastic. So I have to say, I don't really have a rating system for video games, but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10, people. That is freaking good, especially for video games, because a lot of times, I get about halfway through a game and go, I'm getting kind of bored of it. But this one, no. So props to you, you've earned that title, Doom Eternal. Alright guys, gals, and everything in between, did you enjoy Doom Eternal as much as I did? I mean, I really fucking loved it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, I got plenty more videos coming to ya. Love you guys.